Dean, welcome to this awesome interview. Talk about The World Ends at Camp Z. Great movie. I love this. Is exactly. It actually kind of reminded me of the recent Texas Chainsaw Massacre film in terms of a rich person taking over a land, but just replacing it with the zombie apocalypse. But great job on the film.
Thank you so much.
So where did this all begin? How did you get the role and everything?
So I was just starting out with trying to get professional roles in acting. I was doing like student run films, and I submitted for this role, and then I got rejected. Like I didn't get an audition just because I guess I didn't look the part. But luckily for me, I had a mutual friend who was on the casting team, and she saw that I had submitted. So she was like, oh, we should definitely let him audition. Like he'll do a good job. And then so I went in, she texted me in the morning of my audition. She said, hey, so I was able to get you an audition, just show up for 3. And yeah, I went in pretty nervous, and then I ended up doing, I guess, a good enough job to get the role. And yeah, just started there.
So this is your first movie, basically. Like your first major role.
Oh, sorry, it cut out there.
Oh, okay. This is like your first major role, basically. Okay, getting cut off again. Okay, let's try.
Yeah, sorry, it's cutting out a little bit, but I heard the question. But yeah, it's my first major role. I was very excited to get it, and it was honestly just an experience.
That's awesome, and you get to speak French in the film too, because we get to see you.
Yeah, no, that's good.
French and English, was that a requirement for the role?
It was, yeah. I remember in the audition, I had to read. It was about 50-50. Like part of the reading was in French, and then, but yeah, I live in Montreal, and so luckily.
Oh, that helped.
All right, yeah.
That's awesome. So, what was it like working with let's see, Anne Caroline Bennett and Osawa Musqua, because you had such great chemistry with those two actors?
Yeah, so Anne Ace, we called her Ace on set. She's super experienced. Like she's been in quite a few films now, and it was really great to go in there knowing I was working with somebody who knew what they were doing. So I felt comfortable right away. And she's just like such a great person, and was like making sure that I was comfortable with everything, and like just super caring. And yeah, Osawa Musqua, he such an interesting guy. Like I remember meeting him, and like right away, we were just having such a great conversation when we had our first rehearsal, and it was fun. So we were staying at the campground in the movie. We were staying in the RVs instead of like getting put up in a hotel. We were like, it just made sense to stay in the RVs.
Oh, yeah.
So I shared one with him, and like it was just so great getting to know him. And like I think the fact that we were together almost like, the whole day, it just built chemistry, and it ended up showing up on screen, which I really appreciate.
I think that's important, because if you can work together offset, to, like you said, build the chemistry up, it's going to make the film more watchable. No one wants to see forced chemistry between two actors or an ensemble. You gotta, if you're there together, offset and bonding, then that really does make it more natural. And it seems like that's the case for you and Osawa.
Yeah, for sure. And we, like, off camera, we were just having so much fun. Like, since we were staying all at the same campground, like I said, we were just all together all the time, and it felt like we were just camping and working on this awesome movie. It was a really good time.
That's awesome. So what was it like taking on the zombies in this movie? That must have been a blast for your first lead role.
Fun. So it was a little, I would, like, when we were getting chased and stuff by zombies, it was a little bit stressful because the makeup artist did like such a good job that like even up close, it was horrifying. And in the scene where there's like just, I don't know, 20 zombies, I remember that day, and like it felt like Halloween for the whole duration of the filming. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, like just to see all the different parts of like a film set coming together, like the makeup artist and just like the choreographer. Like we had to, just to make sure that everyone was safe, we would spend hours and just choreographing these fight scenes and making sure that like no one was going to accidentally move left when they were supposed to move right and get hit in the face or anything like that.
Did you do you have a background in fighting, or you just did it for the movie?
I do not. No. So it took a lot of practice to make sure that I was getting some of the moves right, because yeah, how I saw it was like learning a dance, the way that we had to choreograph it, but we had to make it so convincing, and like it was interesting.
That's true. That's exactly what it is. Fight choreography is definitely like a dance. Even Jason Statham mentioned when he's doing the transporter, even though he had a fight background, he's like, if you're doing choreography, it is like a dance. You gotta get the timing right. You gotta get the moves right. You gotta make sure everyone's on par with each other.
Exactly.
And for someone who's new at this, like their first professional role, you did an amazing job.
Thank you so much. Yeah, no, I really wanted to make sure that like everyone was safe while I was doing it, and of course make sure that I was safe too. And like I think that helped with my ability to memorize what moves I had to do when.
That's awesome. So aside from having the fun, were there any other difficulties that you faced during shooting?
Yeah, so we were filming it was before vaccines or anything. It was fall 2020. So that was a bit stressful. Like we had to, there's just so many of these new rules to follow, and like in the media all we were hearing about was how like COVID is dangerous and everything, and then we're getting put into the situation where the government finally allows people to like film movies. So it was hard to sort of maneuver those new rules. But luckily for us, we were pretty far up north in Canada, and it was a very small town. Like I think while we were there, they had one active case. So we felt at ease with that, but we definitely had to make sure that we were being careful, because if one person gets sick, like,
oh, forget it. Everything is gone. Yeah, shut down. Exactly.
Especially because we were about 2 weeks away from like the first snowfall probably up north. Like, so the consistency of the movie wouldn't have been so.
Exactly. How long did shooting take on this?
I think we did 3 weeks. So Monday to Friday, we'd film 12 hours a day for 3 weeks.
Okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty good timing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, overall, this was such a fun film, and to see you in your lead role, this is like amazing. So did this lead to any new offers that you can talk about?
It did, yeah. So I was submitted for a movie that's filming this upcoming summer, and I didn't have a demo reel ready or anything, but I sent them the trailer to the movie, and it caught their eye. So I got an audition with them, and yeah, so I have another lead role coming up this summer, filming in Toronto, and I'm really excited for that.
Oh, that's awesome! You just went from one lead role to another.
Yeah,
this is opened the door for you, man.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I feel like super grateful that just everyone that was involved, like, just made so many great opportunities possible for me, and I feel really grateful for that.
Yeah, and I know we wanted Ding Wong here. Unfortunately, he's sick, so he couldn't join us. But it must have been he obviously did a great job.
He works very hard. Like the way he's so when we're shooting, he's just so focused, and like it shows in the movie. Like he does a great job with directing, and like it's just so cool to see like how he works. And yeah, it's a shame that we couldn't get him here today.
Yeah, I hope he does. If he hears this, I hope he does get well soon. And the World Ends at Camp Z is now available on demand, and everyone needs to check this out, because this is such a fun and wild adventure. And we got a new star in the making over here. I don't care what anyone says. This guy's gonna be the man. He might end up being the breakout star this year if things go well. So Dean, thank you so much for taking the time to talk about the movie.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
All right, man. You take care.
You too.
All right.
Bye.